What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the domain. Brian here, and we just finished watching the Ubisoft Forward for E3 this year, 2021, and wow, what a disaster that was of a, I guess, press conference, if you will. So this was a little over an hour and 15 minutes long. And I'll just kind of get into everything that we heard about. So we heard about brand new Rainbow Six game called Extraction. Essentially uses the same operators from Rainbow Six Siege, but the only difference is this time it's a co-op game focused around taking on aliens, and you use essentially the same operators as before, but this is co-op. There's no, as far as I saw here, there is no versus modes. This is a strictly co-op game, but you can also play the game, and I guess the story, single player is what they said here. This game looks cool. I dig it. I like co-op games online where we're not having to necessarily always verse each other, but we take on a threat together. Kind of like Horde mode from Gears of War, you know, it's that kind of feel to it. But looks great, and I believe that is coming out either late this year or early next year. And then after they went in depth about Rainbow Six Extraction, they talked about Rocksmith Plus. Rocksmith has been around for over 10 years now. It's been one of the best ways, from what I've heard from people, to learn how to play guitar. And now they have a tab mode, so you can read music in a tab instead of how they normally present it. And they're doing a paid subscription service to have access to master recordings of thousands of songs that you can play and learn to play. And they even have now added a mode where you can learn to play guitar by using your phone to hear your guitar, so you don't need to plug in your guitar using a cable to plug into your console or your PC, I believe. You just download an app, and I believe you'll probably have to play the notes on your guitar, whether it's acoustic or electric, and it'll pick it up on your phone, which is kind of neat. Went into that for a little bit. They talked about that for a good maybe 15 minutes, and then they went into Riders Republic, which is coming out September 2nd of this year, and this is their version of like Steep meets SSX. Not necessarily Steep, but it's like SSX on crack, basically. And it's got bikes, like BMXing, snowboarding, gliding, I think is on here, parachute, I see on here. And it has a career mode. It has a multiplayer online mode that lets you use those various skills to come together. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but I'll definitely check it out if I'm able to and give it a play. But that will be releasing on September the 2nd. And then I'm still going through here, and they spent quite a bit of time on that. And then they got into a new operator. I believe she's called Northstar for Rainbow Six Siege, and went back to Rainbow Six Siege and talked about that. And then they kind of went through and did a showcase of all of their Ubisoft originals. Crew 2, Trackmania Turbo is getting a map editor, I think. Brawlhalla is going to be getting the Ninja Turtles as characters. They also went through and kind of talked a little bit about Assassin's Creed. Valhalla getting some more updates. They also went into Just Dance 2022. And then we talked about, let's see, they talked about some of their movies and TV shows. I didn't even know they had that department that they're coming out with, which is a little odd. They showcased Far Cry 6, and they talked about the Far Cry 6 Season Pass, and there's going to be a DLC that has you playing as Vaughn, Pagan, and Joseph Seed, the three main villains from the previous Far Cry games. That's going to be some interesting DLC. Then we went into Mario plus Rabbids Stars of Hope, and Spark of Hope, which looks really cool. If you liked Kingdom Battle, you'll love Sparks of Hope. I haven't finished Kingdom Battle yet, but this looks really, really awesome. So they went into that. That's going to be coming out soon. And then they ended the show, like they always do with all these press conferences these developers do. They're like, oh, we're going to bring our CEO out, and he's going to give you a little speech about how he's proud of his teams. And then tease a big announcement. And in this big announcement, no, it wasn't Splinter Cell. No, it wasn't anything about Beyond Good and Evil 2. It was a new Avatar game. Avatar, that's right. Not not The Last Airbender. No, we're talking about Avatar, the James Cameron movie that came out like a million years ago. A game that I don't think anybody really wanted or saw coming. And clearly, not that the game looks bad, it's just extremely disappointing when we haven't had any updates on Beyond Good and Evil 2 since a couple years ago when they first announced this game. And they're sitting on one of their biggest franchises in Splinter Cell, and we have nothing. We haven't had anything since the Ghost Recon game when they had Sam Fisher, and that is part of DLC. But that's it. Guys, I'm super disappointed with this press conference. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. Only pluses were the Watch Dogs. Forgot to talk about that. Watch Dogs Legion has a new DLC called Bloodlines where you can play as Aiden Pierce and Wrench from Watch Dogs 1 and 2. And then, other than that, besides the Mario game, this was a bust. And they were really just kind of... Extraction looks good, but it's not this big new game. And it still uses characters from Siege, so it's not like... It's kind of like it could just be its own second mode. I mean, I don't even understand why they made an entire game based upon this when that really could just be considered standalone DLC for Rainbow Six Siege. That's kind of how I look at it. But I'm pretty disappointed. This was not that great. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it could have been so much better. We didn't even get Rayman. And we haven't even had a new Rayman game since Rayman Legends. I love that game. One of my favorite games. Where's Rayman at, Ubisoft? Where is Splinter Cell? And what in the hell is going on with Beyond Good and Evil 2? Guys, leave your comments in the comment section below. Leave your thoughts on what you thought of the Ubisoft Forward 2021 at E3 2021. Guys, we got Gearbox coming up soon. Tomorrow is Microsoft's big presentation as well. But other than that, thank you guys for hanging out with me here on the Domain. And until next time, I'll see you guys.